Hey, it's Patti Scharf, CPA and co-founder of Catching Clouds, the leader in e-commerce accounting. And today we're going to continue with our series on solutions for e-commerce sellers. And today we're going to be talking about global payments and specifically talking about Veem. So let's get started. All right, so I hope that if you watch no other video, this is the one you watch because this is the one that's going to actually put money back in your pocket, and you'll understand that as I keep talking about this stuff. And full disclosure, if you sign up with the link down below, it is an affiliate link, so I'm going to get a commission for you signing up. So take that information as you will. I wouldn't be talking about this if I didn't believe in the service, and a lot of our clients use it, but I just want you to be aware. First off, big news out of Veem. Just a week or so ago, they announced that they closed a big strategic funding round led by Goldman Sachs, Google Ventures, which I think is now goes by GV, and Silicon Bank and some other people were investing in this round. And that is huge news. They are looking to basically transform the global payments space. So I think a few years ago they had 590 customers. Last year they had 18,000. Now they've got 80,000 in 96 countries. So they are growing like gangbusters. And I think it's because they're really filling a strong need in the market for this type of service. The biggest thing that they're transforming is around wires, and specifically international wires. So before Veem came along, basically it was you go down to the bank, you stand in line, you take 15 minutes for each wire you want to send, you pay them like $40, and then off goes your money, and then it goes to the person you're sending it to, and then you call them up and go, "Do you have it yet? Do you have it yet? Do you have it yet?" And then they say, "Yeah, I got it," and they pay like 15 or 20 bucks. So it's expensive. There's not a lot of visibility into the transaction. It's not super secure, and it kind of wastes your time by going to the bank, you know. So what Veem does is they are using blockchain technology, so that when you're sending payments through their transfer service, you know where it is every step of the way. You know who you're sending it to. You know when they've got it, and it's super secure. So I think the thing that everybody likes most about Veem is the cost, because it's basically free. So there are advantages for signing up. If you're an accounting firm, sign up as an accounting firm and you get better service, you get preferred pricing, which is basically you don't pay for any of the transfers of money. The only time that there's a cost is when there's a USD to an international USD account, and in that case whoever receives the money, they pay $20, but there's no fee to send the money. If you are an e-commerce seller, then I would recommend you get yourself hooked up with an accountant who can kind of make sure that you get some preferred pricing and stuff as well. So take a look down below for that link that I was telling you about before. Sign up if you don't already have an accountant that you're working with who uses Veem or whatever. So but definitely if you're an accountant, check that out. Go check out their program because it can help out you and your clients big time. The other benefit is the Veem Points. So they just started this program, and basically not only do they not charge you when you're transferring money, if you do transfer money, they give you money back. So it's pretty amazing. And I know that when I was hearing about this, I was like, wait, this can't possibly be real, because how do they stay in business if they're just giving money back? And what they do is, I think they take a cut of the currency conversion rates. So this is why when you're doing an international transfer that you're changing from one currency to another, they get a piece of that, presumably more than just $40 on the transaction or something like that. So it doesn't come out of you. They just cut out the intermediary banks so that they don't have to deal with them. They can do things cheaper. So it doesn't come out of your pocket, but they still get paid. Okay, so as the e-commerce seller, let's talk about the operational efficiency of you using Veem. So you know you're not going to have to walk down to the bank. You're not going to have to stand in line filling out that paperwork. You just go online. If you have a bill, great. If you don't have a bill, doesn't matter. You can go in and say create payment, or you can say create payment and create a bill, and it will send that information over to Xero or QuickBooks Online, whatever you're using. And so your accountant will stay in the know while you're making sure you're taking care of what you need to take care of for your business. If you, let's say you have a supplier in China and you place an order for $100,000 and they say, hey, send me a deposit of 30%, which is super common for anybody using suppliers in another country. They will ask for a deposit up front. You can just go ahead and say, pay 30% of this, and it will just do part of it, but still keep track of what it relates to. So that's really great. And also if they, let's say they're in China, you're in the US, they want to receive it in their local currency, you want to send it in US dollars, they can totally handle that, no problem at all. Now let's say you're an accountant and you need to keep track of this. The great thing about Veem is it has bidirectional sync between QuickBooks Online and Veem, or between Xero and Veem. So whether you create the bill in Veem and go that way, it'll show up in your accounting software, or if you create it in Xero, it'll go the other way and it will land in Veem and it'll be there ready to pay. So the good thing is, in either case, your accountants don't have the ability to transact on your account. The seller has the ability to send out the payments. The accountant is just in the know because they get the information back and forth to Veem so that the seller can do what they need to do and the accountant can do what they need to do. So that's really great. All right, let's talk about timing. Typically it takes 1 to 3 days for just normal run-of-the-mill currencies. If you have a more exotic currency, it may take 2 to 5 days. And then the very first time that you send the transfer, it's going to take an extra day or two because Veem is going to contact whoever's receiving the money and say, hey, can we deposit some money in your account? And then sometimes people are really responsive and it takes no time at all, and other times it takes them a few nudges to get them to accept it. So so that first time that you get a transfer is going to take a little bit longer, but then they're confirmed and they're good to go, and the deposits will speed up after that. One other piece of functionality that they just added is this mass pay, where you can go upload a whole bunch of bills all at once. Basically, you can upload a CSV file, you can just drag and drop that here, have the process date, and as long as you have all this information, it'll create a whole bunch of bills all at once. Okay, the last thing I want to tell you about is Veem just added functionality so that you can actually connect Veem with Xero for your sales invoices. So if you want to collect money through Veem, you can add that to your sales invoices. You just go into Xero and change the settings for the payment services that you take. There are instructions down below on how to do that. It'll add a link to your Xero invoice that people just click here and then they can pay through Veem. It's really slick and easy. If you're using QuickBooks Online, they don't have exactly the same thing, but Veem does have like a standalone link that you can copy and paste and put onto your invoices. You can just customize your individual invoices and add that there. And this is way better than if you're one of those people who's putting wire information or bank information on their invoices. This is a much more secure option for doing that. So I guess that's it. If you don't know much about Veem and this was your introduction, I hope it helped you. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.